Okie dokie pokies, it's Ray. I want to do a video that incorporates, I suppose, the sexual abuse and the black men who, all throughout history, have been accused of rape by white women when they didn't do it. When they were caught fucking a black man, like Nate Parker. Um, I know a lot of people don't know about Mac Parker, but Mac Parker was in he was having an affair with a white woman who was a wife to a police officer. And a couple of people saw them around town together. Gossip started happening, and whenever it was brought up to her attention, she did what a lot of white women did. Instead of taking the blame or the fault or the ass beating from her abusive husband, she cried rape. And they arrested him for rape, and they went and unlocked the jail doors and the people in the community. They went, dragged him down by his legs. The back of his head was like banging up against the concrete on the steps all the way down. They beat the dog shit out of him and eventually put a bunch of bullets into his heart. His jail cell, what do they call it? The guy that was in the jail cell with him, he still is alive and he still has PTSD from this because of the amount of abuse and, trauma that it caused. When she found out about it, because, white women, they're victims to their own circumstances. Word is that she actually fainted and started crying and screaming because she didn't expect that to happen to him. And she died a few years back. But the guy that was in charge, the main police officer, he just retired in 2003 with honors, a Lifetime Achievement Award from Mississippi. He retired because of he said that things had gotten bad and people were doing things against nature, but all the people that were there and lynched this man in public, they admitted it, and he said, no, we got to keep things the way they are, keep our country this way, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So that's just a little background story of this Nate Parker situation. And the Nate Parker situation is really difficult for us because black women, well, there were no white men charged with rape, even though it was legal for so long, so many centuries. There were none actually charged with rape up until 1980. And the only reason that he was charged was because of the manner that he killed her in. He kidnapped her and two of her friends, and she was a little mulatto girl, and the two friends he locked them in the trunk of his car, and they heard him saying, "You're so pretty, you almost look like a white girl. I could almost be seen with you in public. Let's go take a walk." And then he came back and let them go and said that she just left. But they found that he had beat the dog shit out of her after raping her and drowned her, threw her in the river. But his name was Kermit. The reason why I mention this and bring up this situation is because I don't know how many people have seen or read the transcripts from Nate Parker, his situation with the white female who cried wolf. And the only reason I say that is because I am so back and forth with this situation to where I was like, they're just trying to blame a black man, keep black man down, yada yada. And then after a while, hearing that the other black man was charged and he wasn't, I was like, that's fucked up. I'm not going to have any parts of this. I'm not going to deal with this. He's wrong, even if he's not found guilty, because I've already said, out of 100 rapists, 2 of them are going to see the courthouse, or 2 of them are going to be found guilty and see less than 2 days in jail. And that's for all women. It doesn't matter what color. But it is more difficult to deal with the fact of a white woman claiming a black man raped her because of the extensive amount of history and fuckery. And that's why to this day, I don't agree with black men dealing with white women, fucking white women, procreating with white women. And it offends a lot of people because they see light skin and my hair texture and agree and believe in their heart of hearts that I am at least half European or this amount of European, but I'm not. I have uploaded my my DNA test, but I can only stress so much. White people don't like facts. They don't. They can see my shit and see I'm not European. But whatever. It's neither here nor there. It's not what this is about. I read every page of the Nate Parker phone calls to the female, and she was asking him, how many men did I have sex with that day? I'm late. I'm 2 months late for my period, and this and that, and I don't remember this. And after a couple pages, she was like, well, I can't believe you did this to me. And he was like, wait a minute. What do you think that I did? And he kept, and this is the thing with black men, you have to actually keep proof of your situation with white women, because white women go through enough with their own men, considering the fact that they didn't even let them vote or have any say-so with their own kids until after black men had the right. But I read this and actually I got so angry because he kept on saying, what do you think happened? What do you think I did? And she's like, she didn't remember how many people she fucked with. And he said, well, we've messed around before. Yeah, but I told you I've only had sex with men I was in a relationship with. So we've only messed around, but we didn't actually have sex. We made out, we played around, we did this, that, and the other. And I'm pregnant, and I don't know if it's yours or if it's his, but did I have any sex with anybody else? Like, she had to ask. And the thing with being drunk, I rarely, if anybody who knows me, I loves me some booze. That's my poison of choice and has been for a while. But I actually got to the point of drinking this past weekend to the point to where I didn't even remember I was taking a bath and flooding the bathroom, and my man was like, yeah, you flooded the bathroom and you did this, that, because I didn't drink for a while. Because I've been trying to work out, get back in shape, all this other crap. But I was good, I was loud, and then I woke up and I was like, where the hell? Where's my clothes? You took them off. You don't remember taking... Nope, I don't remember. Why'd you let me do this? Well, you said you wanted to take a bath. You flooded the bathtub and da-da-da. Okay, well, shit. And I had to think about it. I was like, damn. I drank half a bottle of this. I drank this beer on the way there to go see him in his match. And then I even bought a beer at the match, and then I dropped it on the ground. And by the end of the night, I was sitting there in the kitchen of the establishment just drinking beer soda that wasn't even mine. Like, I was stealing to that point. There comes a point to where, and he even said this in the transcripts I was reading, there comes a point where we have to be held responsible for our own actions. And you're a woman in college, and you know what happens when you're drinking, and you're claiming that you were too drunk to realize or remember or this and that, and you keep saying you blacked out and you were asleep. Well, no, I wasn't asleep, I don't think. Well, so what was it? You have to be very cautious with the things that you say. And this is where a lot of men say, well, you need to remember when you wake up drunk, and you can't just claim that it's rape out of this just because you forget or you don't, or you take it back or whatever. And the whole time through these transcripts, she's like, did anybody else see? Y'all didn't take any pictures, did you? Okay, well. And then at the end she was like, well, I can't believe you did this to me. Like, her own mistakes. And I'm very cautious with that, because I understand a lot of men will wait and prey on drunk women or high women or whatever the case. They'll give them booze or dope or whatever the case, but there is a very thin line between that and women going out of their way to expect men to do these things for them, and then they go overboard and don't know their own limit, and then we end up in this situation. And unfortunately for black men, whenever it comes to that situation, they're going to be guilty before found innocent, and then even if they're innocent, they're still going to be guilty. And that's kind of the situation here with Nate Parker. I'm actually going to post the link of the transcript so that people can read it, even though I know when it comes to white folks, they're going to see what they want to see, believe what they want to believe. It doesn't matter. But hopefully a few of our people can at least see it and understand. This is a thin line where it causes a lot of friction between black men and women because we feel like y'all are not protecting us because you're taking the side of a rapist, but how often do you know or hear of a black man being found not guilty when just 50, 60 years ago, Emmett Till was killed as a teenage child for just looking or winking at a white woman? We don't know how far we have not come just because we don't remember. So, yeah, I was told to do this video, and I don't write things down or try to, I feel like if it's just more natural and it flows, then you can see what kind of mindset I'm in. And this is one of those situations to where the bitch cried wolf and eventually killed herself because she is what she is. She was a liar. She was a drunk, a party girl, and yeah. But it doesn't change the fact that black women and Latino women are at a increased risk of sexual abuse in and outside the home with our friends, our family, our own people, and outside. This is just a very touchy subject situation. But we can all say I wasn't there, I don't know what happened, but y'all go ahead and read the shit and y'all figure it out for yourself. Holla.